Hello, today we will be seeing how we are going to type our first program Hello World. So I have opened here Studio. Let's begin. File, New, Project. Visual C# template. Make sure that is selected in the template. Console application, desktop, and my first program Hello World. So I have given name first program. Okay. So here it is. By default, you are seeing all this code, half of the code is being readily provided for me. Here you can see the name first program. Program.cs is the code script file, and I will be going under main function, where the name of my program, name of my project, it will be displayed over here 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to indicate, I want to write it into the display window, Hello World. So for that I will be writing this statement, console. Now after writing con, this gives me a IntelliSense property which .NET has, and it provides me, after pressing dot, it also gives me the list of options which can be available to write after the dot. So console dot write line, as I am writing, it is showing me again the indications for what things I can be writing in front of it. So in this double quotes I will be writing hello world. That's it. This is my first simple program of .NET C# where I am trying to print hello world on the screen. So for this, before going to that, I will be introducing you with the color format system of .NET also. Here you can see these keywords in dark blue. Some keywords are in light blue. Some are in red. So this is the indication of keywords, different keywords, classes, directives in different .NET keywords. So dark blue indicates .NET keywords, light blue indicates the class name, console is a class name, program is a class name. Hello world is written in red color, which displays it is going to be shown on the output screen. So whatever is displayed between double quotes will be in red color. So now I want to see you attentively how we are going to run the program. So you can run the program in 3 steps. Here you have this play like button which is telling you to debug. It also gives you a shortcut key, function F5 key. You can press that and you can run directly, or else you can come over here, debug, and start debugging. So we'll start the program, see what happens. We are supposed to get this hello world output, but what happens? I am running the program, some output screen came and it disappeared immediately. Now why does this happen? I require to tell the console that the output window should be stopped. Let me see the program's output and then it should go. Let me be able to read the program and then it should disappear. So I have to mention this line, console allow me to read. So read line. As I told you in the previous PPT, I have explained you the difference between read key and read line, when to use what. However, all the three gives you the same command to stop the output. Now let's see if this line makes a difference. I'm running the program and yes, it has made a difference. I am able to view my output window now, hello world. So it has told me this is the first output of .NET application. I can close it from here or I can tell the program to stop. Here a square box is there indicating stop. So this makes the difference. If I want to make a comment, now if I again comment this line, so comment is nothing but used to document what the program does and what specific block of lines of code do. Since the C# compiler ignores comment, you can include them everywhere in the program without affecting the code. So how to comment? A comment is nothing but preceded by a double forward slash. So once I give this double forward slash, it is being applied for that particular line, and you can see the color changes from blue and this black to green. That does indicate it is a commented section, and that will be ignored. The code of line after the double forward slash is simply ignored by the compiler. So this will have a single line comment like this. Now we'll run the program and same thing will happen. The output is coming and it is going. Now I'm removing the comment. If I want to give multiple line comment, I have to use in such fashion. If I want to end that comment, so only those part in this enclosure will be of green color, which is a commented section for multiple line comments. So in such fashion you can be giving comments. Next we'll be moving on to our next section, that is variables and data types. Now what variable is? A variable, how to define a variable, what is a variable? Variable is a symbolic name given to a memory location. So they are used to store data in a computer program. Basically variables are nothing but declaration given along with the data types. So you can be using variables in such concept. The syntax for variables goes for data type. So I'll comment this and I'll be showing you how to define a variable. So syntax is data type and variable name. So let's see an example. I'll consider a first data type integer int. So int and all the list of variable data types are being provided through int and age. Suppose I'm giving this variable name semicolon. That's it. My variable age is being declared of data type integer. Now if I move my mouse pointer over it will represent me the description like int is of struct data type from system.int.32 represents a 32-bit signed integer. Now age is a variable type of data declared to store only integer values. We can also assign a value to the variable later in our programs, like here I have declared and now I am assigning a value here. Age is equal to 24 say. So that is also okay. Now age is 24 represents the value is being given is 24. However, the variable can also be initialized and same value for the declaration will be given at same time also. You can also do in this fashion. So that is also okay, right? So we'll remove this. Now see what happens. Now here I am declaring int age is equal to 24, and if I go down and if I tell age is equal to 34, it is possible for me that the value of age is changed from 24 to 34. And if I am telling console dot write line to print this age, what happens? Let's see. It should represent me 24 or it should represent me 34. So it is 34 will be displayed. Yes, so you can see in the output window 34 is being represented. That does indicate 24 is the previous value which is being overwritten by the 34 next value. Here the value of age is being changed from 24 to 34. So it should be declared before they can be used. That means name and type of variable must be known before they can be assigned a value. So, and that is the only reason why C# is called a statistically typed language. Once declared, now the data type of a variable cannot be changed within this scope. How? Let me tell you. I am writing here age of data type int. I am declaring, I am changing the variable's value from 24 to 34. That all is okay. But if I try to declare that age by data type float, it doesn't allow me float data type. So float age, let's see what happens. There are errors. It suggests me a local variable name age is already defined in this scope. That does indicate a local variable age with the data type integer is being already defined, and you can't have an access to change the data type of the variable. So this is absolutely wrong. Float age I can't be defining. Implicit typed variables, moving on to it now. Alternatively in C# we can declare a variable without knowing its type. If you don't know about the type of the variable, or you are unaware of the type of the variable, you can simply use variable keyword, like you can use var keyword. So let's see what happens. Here I am declaring a keyword var value is equal to 5, and I am telling to print this value. So let's run it. You'll get the value 5. So I haven't mentioned the data type. I don't know that data type, so I have mentioned here var. So it allows me to implicitly define this data type variable. So compiler determines itself the type of variable from the value that is assigned to the variable. Value is of type int, since I have given or mentioned 5. So it will convert that var into int data type, as you can see. So that goes for the variable naming. C# is case sensitive. So if I'm using value is equal to 5, and if I'm printing here this is in run mode, so if I can't make any changes in the run mode, so I have to stop the project, and if I'm making it capital V, that does give me error. The name value does not exist in the current context. That just means this V is small, this V is capital V, so these two value represents different variables which is not accessible. So